Good morning, folks, and happy Saturday. Today is going to be day 42 working down here at the ranch. I have kind of spent most of my morning trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to do out here today. And as much as I would enjoy weed eating, I did about 5 hours of weed eating this past week back at the home front, so I decided I didn't want to do any weed eating today. But I think the conclusion that I ended up coming to is I am going to start cleaning up this little area right in here for a couple reasons. One, it'll open up this area a little bit more. Two, at some point in time here, I'm hoping in the next couple weeks, I just walked into this huge spider web. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'd like to start working on basically an elevated deck that's going to have a roof, and I'm thinking that this area might be pretty good because there's still enough big trees to have a little bit of shade. And that's the direction I want to start working in to get my deer stand set up and a feeder, which I'm planning on trying to get some of that ordered here in the next couple of days. So I think day 42, we're going to get the brush hog back out and we're going to start opening up this area right in here. We're going to really put her to the test today. Again, I kind of got her out here the other day and just kind of tested a few of the little areas I wanted to give it a try it out in. Today we're going to really put her to the test and see how much of this little area we can get cleared up. So day 42, here we go. Well, I didn't exactly pop out where I was thinking I might pop out at, but we did get over here. There's this little trail coming in. There's that trail. Yeah, a lot of this stuff that's already been knocked down and laying over, it doesn't really like going through that very much. Everything else, it seems to be taking it right down though. And so I think I'm just going to kind of keep working this little area in here, see if we can get some more of it opened up. It's thick in here. This little area in here, you kind of got to go over it a couple times to get it to really start knocking it down. It's just so thick that it doesn't really want to go right through there. So just got to kind of be a little bit patient. But I'm gonna see if I can open this trail up a little bit wider and then kind of come back to the front and start working this area and this area just to open this little spot open a little bit more. So Take a little break for a minute. It's already heating up. I swear it went from like 86 to 92 in like 5 minutes. So here we go. I gotta grab some shade for a minute. Folks, that machine is a little bit of a beast, I'm telling you. I can only imagine how long it would take me doing all that by hand, you know, which again was kind of the original plan. It seems like this property is so much different than the property where I live right now, because mostly at the other property it was just a matter of cutting down a few trees and kind of raking a little path, where this stuff is so thick that I imagine it would take days just to do what I've done here in the last hour, trying to get all that stuff clipped up and out of the way and cleaned up. And you know, I'm putting it to the test today, folks. One issue I'm running into is there's some bigger trees kind of in the middle of some of that stuff that I don't really see it until I get to it. So, but at the same time, it seems like as soon as you hit it, it kind of starts to go up on a wheelie, and you just kind of hit reverse and go backwards. And it seems like once you kind of hit the reverse and go backwards, it's cleaning up anything that it didn't get cleaned up the first time. So it's definitely doing the trick. I'm thinking about working on this little area that I'm working on right now for maybe another 20 minutes. Then I'm gonna go back to that area where I'm thinking about doing a trail cam, or excuse me, deer stand. Cleaning it up a little bit because it's not near as thick, so it shouldn't take very long. And then probably go back to the very back where I started that trail the other day, and see if I can push on back a little bit further and get that trail opened up a little bit. And I'll probably just work on it a little at a time. So again, 7,999 things that I need to work on out here, and I'm going to kind of work on a couple of them today, and just slowly but surely start working my way back farther into the back of the property, and also start looking at an area where I'm going to start to think about building a little deck, a little freestanding deck with a roof on it. And eventually I may end up putting a roof on that thing and screening it in, and basically having just a little place I can get in and sit inside, you know, especially in the summer months when all the bugs are out, because the bugs are ridiculous. The love bugs, I don't see them today, but I wouldn't be shocked if they make an appearance here in the next couple of weeks again. And anyway, that's a whole lot of talk for way down in the future. But I'm going to take a little break for a minute. We're going to hit this for a few more minutes, and then we're going to start on another section. Here we go. Well, we put some work in on this little area right here this morning. It kind of sounds like it's misfiring a little bit. I thought I might have been out of gas. I might be pushing it a little bit hard for the first kind of real go around. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes to kind of cool down, and I'm gonna start working my way back where I think I'm going to do that deer stand, but kind of got a couple of these big trees in here that I probably have to cut down with my Sawzall and then kind of finish that little area up. But again, you look how thick that stuff is. I had to hit that 2 or 3 times to get it to lay down. But I'm gonna read the manual when I get home, or see if I can figure out why it might be misfiring a little bit. But I think probably one of the next times I come out, I'll keep working on this area. And any of the areas, any of these trees that I think I need to cut down with my Sawzall, I'll probably just cut them down and get them out of the way. But kind of made a trail going through here, kind of split this first little island in half. And again, stuff is thick in here, folks, but it seemed to go through most of it without too much of a problem. So I'm hoping everything's all right. I'm gonna test it out here in a minute back in that area where there's not as much thick stuff. It should be fairly easy to clean that up. So here we go. Yeah, I got this area cleaned up a little bit more. I think this thing's hot or something. It's I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it over, see what I can figure out, but it keeps misfiring, and just a minute ago it tried to go ahead and shut off on me. So I don't really know. I'll have to see if I can do some research when I get back to the house, look at the manual and see if it says anything, see if I see a video. But I hit her pretty hard, and I had her rocked up quite a bit going into some of this thick stuff, so it may have kind of gotten flooded a little bit in there. So that's probably going to be it for the machine today anyway. So it's getting ridiculously hot anyway, and I got some stuff I can take care of, but I'm gonna get this back to the shed there, and we'll go from there. Alrighty then. Now look, folks, I've watched enough of my videos to know I complain about the heat a lot, pretty much every episode that I do. But I was looking back at one of my earlier videos, and I think it was like April 15th or 16th, something like that. It was like the first day it got above 90 degrees. And I would be shocked if we've had more than 3 days since then that it's been under 90 degrees. And we're in mid to late September right now, and it is still 90 plus degrees, and it's almost like making me ill from being hot all the time. Shoot, I was up in Arkansas last week, and I felt like it was just as hot up there as it is down here. So whew, I'm over this heat. I wouldn't be shocked if the machine's hot, and that's why it's kind of burping a little bit. So I'm gonna look on, see if I can find some videos or some kind of something in the manual that might say why it's doing that. It didn't do it when I had it on the way over here, but I didn't have it engaged. I didn't have the blade engaged either. So there just might be something stuck up in there or something. We'll see what happens. But you know, day 42, it's going to be a pretty short day. Again, that machine is it's a beast. It's a handful too. I mean, especially, I think at least, especially dealing with that thick stuff. When I was over there in that short stuff a minute ago, I didn't have any issues at all. But again, I think how much time it would really take for me to do what I'm doing if I didn't have that machine, and I think it would take weeks and months compared to days and maybe weeks that it'll take with the machine to do what I need to do. So that's going to be a wrap for day 42. I might try to get out here tomorrow. This heat is just, it's oppressive, and I don't know how long I'll stick around if I do come out tomorrow, just because I'm ready for some cool weather, folks. I'm sure everybody's ready for some cool weather at this point. But appreciate my new subscribers, appreciate everybody who's been along with me on this journey since the beginning. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Man, if you can stay inside and stay cool, do it. That's day 42, and we'll catch you next time, folks. Something dawned on me as I was editing this video. Bad gas. That's right, folks. That gas that I put in that machine today had actually been sitting in that lean-to for almost a month. So tomorrow when I go down, I'm going to get me some fresh gas, put her in there, and we're going to see if that fixes the problem. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope everybody's having a great weekend, and we'll catch you next time.